Over the last 30 days, I made $1.2 million from day trading. In my entire trading career, I've used only 2 indicators, no exceptions. Today, I'm making you 3 promises. First, I will show you exactly how to set up these 2 indicators on your chart. Second, I'll break down the exact formula I use to make over $1,000 a day. Third, I'll confidently change how you see trading and show you how simple it really is. I use TradingView for chart analysis. This is all you need. Now go to indicators. You see tons of indicators. It already looks complicated. Smart money concepts, keys momentum, all that stuff. For beginners, this is overwhelming from the start. Do more indicators mean more profit? No, not at all. So here's what you need to do. Ignore all the complicated indicators and all the fancy sounding names. Your goal is to keep trading simple. Add just 2 Bollinger Bands, that's it. Nothing else matters. Type Bollinger Bands into the search bar, click it once, then click it again. Now you've got 2 on your chart. Next, go into the settings on all of them. Here you need to change 3 things. Set the period from 20 to 4. Change the standard deviation from 2 to 4. Switch the source from close to open. Set the color to red. I call this one the 1B. Now set up the second one the same way. Hover your mouse and open the settings. This one's simple. Keep the period at 20. Keep the standard deviation at 2. Change the color to white. They are the only indicators I've used for over 10 years. This is double Bollinger, double B. I take every single trade using just these 2. Here's the key thing. Indicators and price matter, but time matters just as much, especially the early session price zones. I'll break this down in a separate video on YouTube. Before you start today, remember this one thing. Indicators are just tools, nothing more. Never let them control your trades. Most beginners do the opposite. They trade only by staring at indicators. They see Bollinger Bands and think, buy here, sell here. That kind of blind trust is a huge mistake. Think of double B as glasses. You trade wearing them, glasses that make the market instantly clear. It's a tool that helps you read candles more clearly through those glasses. So from here on out, I will show you exactly how to use double Bollinger. It's extremely simple. It clearly shows you where the highs are and where the lows are. No guessing. Most of the time, it's hard to tell where the real high or low is. But double B makes it visually obvious on the chart. You watch 3 things. 1. The width of the bands. 2. How far the bands are expanded. 3. Whether the bands are contracted. That's how double B tells you when you're entering at a safe zone. Not guessing. When price is crashing, most people jump in, trying to catch the reversal. Even then, you must check whether the Bollinger Bands are open or contracted before entering. Because the bands are already mapped out, you can also use them to set targets. For example, the band is here, so price can move to here. Double B lets you visually identify targets, not guess them. So to sum it up, double B is for entries and for profit targets. It also gives you a clear edge where profits can be bigger than losses. You've got the upper and lower bands. Those bands help you limit downside and judge when the risk to reward actually makes sense. For example, you enter at the lower Bollinger Band. If a candle breaks below that lower band, you cut the loss. At the upper band becomes your target. Even trading only like this, Bollinger Bands naturally give you a structure. with at least a 3-to-1 risk to reward. What every trader needs most is reasoning. You must be able to explain why you entered and why you exited. Bollinger Bands gives you that basis. If someone asks, why did you buy there? Because price touched the band. On the daily chart, the standard Bollinger showed price couldn't break below the 20-period lower band. That's why I entered there. Why did you sell? Because price hit the 20-period upper band and the risk to reward was 3-to-1, so I took it. That's how Bollinger Bands give you clear logic for risk reward and stop loss placement. So you might ask, why not just use one Bollinger Band? Why do I use two? Honestly, after losing over $300,000 trading stocks, I tested thousands of indicators. Pretty much every indicator that exists, I've tried them all. And out of every tool I've ever used, this was the most reliable. No matter how the market changes, it gives me the most constant structure. That's why I use WB. I actually backtested this on the Nasdaq chart. Over the last 3 years, I tested 1,000 plus entry signals. Using a single Bollinger Band, the win rate was around 55%. But once I switched it to WB, that win rate jumped to 78%. What matters even more is profit size. With a single Bollinger Band, the average win was about 1 times the loss. With WB, it jumped to 1.5 times or more. This is an opinion. It's proven by numbers. Markets change, volatility shifts, uptrends turn into downtrends turn into ranges, because WB can adapt to every cycle. That's why I use two Bollinger Bands. The 20-2 Bollinger Band shows you the 20-day average, plus recent highs and lows. The 4-4 band shows the same thing. But over the last 4 days, that's the framework when you're looking at the daily chart. The reason I use 20-2 is simple. Traders all over the world use it as the default. So when price hits the upper or lower band or clearly breaks through it, you can easily tell whether price will revert back inside or start a one-directional move. I use it because it's a tool every trader recognizes and respects. Especially in day trading, price spends most of its time trapped inside this range. That's why about 80% of the time, price reverts back inside the standard Bollinger. It touches the top or bottom, then comes back. Where most traders get killed is that 20% breakout. You expect support at the bottom, but instead, price breaks straight down. When that happens, most retail traders say, Bollinger Bands don't work, and they turn them up. That's where I did the opposite. I studied those moments deeper and built my own trading rules around them. That's how Bollinger Bands let you clearly identify when a real downside breakout is happening, and when that downtrend is likely to continue. For example, there was a clear support zone below, and the lower standard Bollinger Band was right there too. But when price cleanly breaks through all of it with a large expansion candle, that's not a maybe. That's a confirmed breakout. Sure, price can snap back sometimes, but in terms of probability, 8 out of 10 times, it turns into a one-way move down. That gives you a strong risk to reward. And even when you're wrong, your stop is clear and tight. Repeat this process over and over, and your account has no choice but to grow. Using only double Bollinger, I built a trading system that I can trade constantly on its own. That's why I use WB as a tool to clearly confirm reversion and breakouts. It increased the odds of mean reversion And when price truly break out, it tells you, yeah, this is real. So if you've been listening up to this point, you probably realize why trading hasn't worked for you. It's because you weren't using a tool that gives you clear, objective confirmation. But here's the thing. The moment you start adding other indicators on top of double B, even this becomes hard to see. You can have a great tool, but stack too many indicators and your judgment gets clouded. That's why simplicity is the key to turning losses into profits and recovering your account. Now let me show you how to actually trade using these two Bollinger Bands. When both bands are touched, there are two main scenarios. One is a reversal, the other is a breakout. If you enter here, this is where a turning point happens. Price flips and moves the opposite direction. If you enter on a breakout, where price rips through both bands, that's the start of a one-way move. Those are the only two scenarios. Let's look at this chart. Price moves up. It touches the upper 1B, and at the same time, it also touches the upper standard Bollinger. Both bands are hit together. Now look at how it closes. It can break through, it can reject, and comes back down. You see the upper wick and the candle body is back inside the band. That means price failed to make a new high. Right after that failure, it's in a state where it can go higher. So right after that, when this candle closes with a clear wick, that's your sell signal. From that point on, you are looking at short bias. Now, let's look at another case. Price touches both Bollinger Bands again, but this time it closes above them. Is that a breakout? This is where most people get trapped. You have to check the supply zone. You need to check whether there's previous high in front of it, and here there is a resistance zone. Price tried to push through that zone, but it failed. It was just a tight test. And what does that mean? It broke the bands, but it didn't break the resistance in front. So this is not a real breakout. What it's likely doing instead is triggering opposite side positions, a setup move before price pushes downward, because the next candle could still break that supply. You have to wait for the close. But the next candle closes bearish, confirming the breakout failed. That's why I classify this as type 2 reversal, the second kind of turning point. In cases like this, wait for the next candle to confirm seller dominance. Enter after that and you get a very stable trade. If the next candle prints an upper wick or closes bearish, that's your cue to enter short. You are entering only after the market confirms it failed to make a new high. What about this one? It touches the upper 1B and the upper double B. Price hits both Bollinger Bands, and then it pushes straight through them. Price pushed above the previous high and closed above it. It clearly broke through the prior resistance, and after the breakout, the candle closed above that level. In other words, it broke through the resistance zone and closed with full acceptance above it. That's a real breakout. This is the moment you want to go wrong. Most traders look at only the bands. I look at the bands plus the previous highs and lows and supply zones. That's the simple reason I avoid fake breakouts and catch the real ones. And anyone can follow this. But here's the reality. People say they are trading the trend, then mistake a pullback and jump in right near the top. They call it an uptrend, and then the market instantly reverses and that's usually where they take massive losses. Your risk to reward has to be solid, because even if you get stopped out often, your winners must run much longer. Losses stay small, wins get big. That's exactly what reversal trading is about. When you enter at the top, it feels unstable, and the risk reward is terrible. Sure, price might go higher, but if it pulls back, the damage is huge, because the nearest support is way below. And then the fear kicks in. What if it drops? So you're stuck watching the chart non-stop. That's what happens when you know you entered at the wrong spot. But when you enter near the bottom, even if you get stopped out, the loss is small, and if it works, it's like a Christmas gift. You get to ride the entire one-way trend. That's why it's psychologically superior. So you might ask, does that mean we shouldn't trade trends? No. You trade trends only when they're clearly formed, and only when they're still early. Not after the move is done, not chasing pullback. The key is getting in at the beginning of the trend. And that's exactly this. 1. The WB breakout trade. 2. The trend trade that follows right after that breakout. In other words, you take the breakout trade only when price breaks both bands and clears the supply zone. Then, only after that, you trade the pullback, and only then do you trade the trend. I'm a big believer in simple trading. I use only 2 Bollinger Bands. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe and hit like. I post this kind of real trading education regularly on my YouTube channel.